welcome to How We Do It with Howie Does It. First things first, this video is going to assume you have a basic knowledge of how to use Blender and how to install add-ons, but I'll go over that in another video in case you need a refresher or just don't know it all. But for now, let's get into doing the lights. So you're going to end up with this beginning scene, right? We're just going to clear this scene out, highlight everything, hit X. We're going to import VRM. We're going to import our VRM. One set up already for the video here that doesn't have lights or anything. So now we go to our VRM add-on, blend shape proxies, and you're going to see here you have all your blend shape vowel sounds. If this list is empty, you're just going to hit this plus and you're going to add them in. The ones that are important for this process are A through O, all the vowel sounds. In theory, you could link them to Blink, you could link them to Joy, you can link them to whatever you want, but it depends on your platform and your use. For this, we're going to do vocal controls, so we'll go with the vowel sound. So you're going to pick your vowel sound. Now down here, you have your binds. The first bind, this is where you would normally bind your shape keys to control your facial movement. But since we don't have them, we don't actually want them, we're going to skip that part. The next down here is material values. So now this is where we control any kind of material values based on the same shape keys. So we're going to add a material value. Select our material, which in this case we'll do material that's on here, which is going to be this name. Here, depths. We select our material, and then we go down into properties. Now these are all the properties that you can actually change with the blend shaping. You could do a lot more than I'm actually doing right now with just the emission. Change the color, you can actually move the texture around. There's a lot that you can experiment with, but today we're going to go with emission color. Now, this is where it gets a bit tricky. There's no documentation at the moment on what values to be changing. So this is where I had to do a bunch of experimenting, and you may too, to get whatever result you're looking for. But for now, we're going to add 3 values. What I found is these are your RGB values of your colors, respectively, R, G, and B, okay? So now you could set these to whatever. I don't know if they're capped at 1 or if they're capped at 256. I've been doing some experimenting with that. It seems like they both work. So I just been going with 256. So let's say on A, I want to change them red. We'll just put 256 here. On I, add the value again. Serial again. Same idea, emission color. Add 3 values. Let's say on this one, I want them to go green. Here. And this is pretty much, this is a little bit of a repetitive process. Blue. And then that's it. You would just repeat this for all the vowel sounds. Let's say here we want purple. For here, let's and then that's it. Now you would just export like this. File, export, VRM. Make sure you have actually your armature turned back on and everything selected. And then export, file, export, VRM. Export it to where you want, save it, and you should be good to go. And any platform that supports your vocal movements will also support this as long as it's up to date. I've found VC Face is the only VTubing software so far that I use that supports it. vMagic Mirror does not. And as far as metaverse platforms, Hyperfy is the only one I've seen so far that supports it. I'm sure there's some other ones that I'm not familiar with, but that's been my experimentation so far. Now, just to take note, you could also add multiple materials to this and do multiple things. So we could add just randomly, let's say we add, I don't know, the skin material, want the color of the skin material change. We could do the same thing, add 3 RGB values and then change the colors. Now, there may be more values that can be attributed here that I'm unaware of. Maybe a fourth value is alpha. I'm unsure. That's something we can experiment with and find out together. Hopefully, we get documentation on this rather soon. But yeah, that's it. So thanks for watching the video. Remember, if you found this information useful, like, subscribe, the whole 9 yards. You can find me on Hyperfi most of the times. You can find me on Twitter at Howie Does It. And that's it. Have a good day.